Are you tired of watching lackluster movies? Do you find it tedious, but worthwhile, to seek out exceptional films with masterful storytelling? The Buff Film Buffs are here to help. Here are some recent releases that we're excited about. All parts horror and some parts surrealism, Jane Schoenbrun's latest film, I Saw the TV Glow, is the perfect visualization of a haunting dream. What begins as a simple story about two high schoolers bonding over their love of a fictional television show builds into a twisted odyssey that explores themes of suburbia, sexuality, and gender identity. Lead performances by Justice Smith and Bridget Lundy Payne bring the film's neon-drenched world to life, while also grounding its fiction with human sensibility. I Saw the TV Glow is a film that will stick with you once the credits roll, as the viewer is able to mull over their own personal interpretation of its motifs. It's easily one of the best horror movies, and movies period, of the year. Streaming on BOD. A story about a father joining a community theater group to cope with grief might seem trite at first glance, but Alex Thompson and Kelly O'Sullivan's Ghostlight elevates what could be an overfamiliar melodrama into something quite special. Following up in their 2019 film St. Francis, the director-writer couple have again tackled child-caretaker relationships, although this time in the context of a child's suicide. Real-life father-daughter duo Keith and Catherine Cutferer are parallel protagonists who prove that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in terms of acting talent. Catherine as Daisy is a teenage thespian who viscerally acts out in the face of her family's trauma, while Keith as Dan prefers to keep it all inside. Over time, they discover how theater can bridge the gap between them. Add in a disgruntled Dolly De Leon as a burned-out actress, and you have yourself a scruffy yet lovable movie. I dare to call it The Ordinary People of the 2020s. Showing now in select theaters. Richard Linklater's new film Hitman went slightly under the radar due to its quick transition to streaming services, but is still one of the most stylish and surprising films so far this year. The movie is loosely inspired by the true story of Gary Johnson, a man who posed as a contract killer to assist the Houston Police Department for over a decade. Linklater's version stars Glenn Powell as a New Orleans-based professor who's looking for something outside of his scholarly life. While undercover, he dons extravagant disguises, catches some criminals, and even falls in love. What starts as a witty rom-com quickly turns into a more profound commentary on human nature. It's as smartly written as anything else by the Dazed and Confused and Before Sunrise director, and features great chemistry between its leads. Now streaming on Netflix. Imagine a near future where AI governs humans, and in order to advance in society, a person must purge all emotion. Bertrand Bonello's haunting romance The Beast explores this dystopian future by looking to the past. Although strangers in this life, Gabrielle and Louis, played by Léa Seydoux and George McKay respectively, learn that they are perpetually connected in their past lives. In 1910 Paris and 2014 Los Angeles, their relationship plays out in a tragic cycle, leaving the viewer wondering if the pursuit of passion will ever lead to fulfillment in their current lives. Eerie, haunting, and at times wry, The Beast is a modern fable. Available to view on VOD and streaming on the Criterion Channel August 1st. As the gap between the natural world and contemporary society grows, the definition of reality varies from person to person. In a quiet little town outside Tokyo, where the water runs free and the townspeople live peacefully, a company announces a plan to build a glamping site. This plan will disrupt the natural order and ecology of the town, and is, in short, the catalyst for the events that transpire in Ryuske Hamaguchi's Evil Does Not Exist. Admittedly, Hamaguchi cares less for events than he does behavior. The titular non-existent evil is a question that drives the film. The adherents of the local lifestyle may see the encroaching business as the evil, and vice versa. To say the film is glacially paced understates Hamaguchi's deftness with words and actions. Slower than nearly every movie I've seen this year, it is still twice as enthralling. A 20-plus minute scene of developers engaging in debate with locals is a notable centerpiece. Streaming soon on VOD. For more in-depth reviews of recent releases, including films Thelma, Janet Planet, and La Chimera, check out the Buff Film Buffs website. Happy moviegoing!